Now, y'all came from MCA. Y'all dealt one-on-one with Puffy. Like you said, Diddy was very, very intricate to the beginning of the career, actually wanting to be one of those people that say, nah, they got it. Putting his career on the line as he was just an intern back then. He wasn't even Diddy that we know or whatever the other eight
he was
name changes that
Puffy.
nigga done did.
Yeah, Puff Daddy.
Man, yeah. So he was just Puff Daddy, from Howard.
Right.
I think they was throwing parties and shit. So
yeah.
And then y'all clicked real tight with the West Coast guys. Tupac Shakur, Suge Knight. Y'all clicked up with them as well. But this is all during the middle of the East Coast versus West Coast shit that the media loves to fucking put out there as a war. How did Jodeci feel in the middle of that shit? Because you on both sides.
Actually, it was the beginning of we was there from the very beginning, from day one. I mean, there's stories that I probably know that I'd be sealed in the vault of my mind for the rest of my life. But a lot of people really misconstrue how the whole thing started. But it's a story for another day. But we were from the beginning. I mean, from the very beginning, from day one when this whole thing started. Between the death row and the bad boys. We was there. And like I said, Suge was my friend. Puffy was my friend. I remember, and they asked me, man, what side you ride with, the West or the East? I said, I'm from the South. I'm not. This shit is stupid to me. It's stupid. I mean, but if you really know the whole story, is retarded. We lost two great artists over some senseless. And there's some things that you just know in your brain and just kind of like lock it in. And stories I rarely tell to people, but it's senseless. And I Suge never made us pick a side. Suge already knew we was from the East Coast. I mean, we came to LA from the East Coast, and we had friends on the East Coast. A lot of my friends, I'm friends with everybody. Wu-Tang Clan I would work with, Raekwon, Ghostface, all these people. Diddy, Biggie, everybody. So it wasn't like I was choosing a side because I had nothing to do with the bullshit that was going on. And Suge respected us enough to know we presented the award to Biggie at the Source Awards when all this shit happened.
I remember.
So it's like, so and then, if you tired of people dancing your videos,
I was about to say that's the one when Suge and them got up there right after.
Yeah. And we had just and we was there. I think if I recall right, we was there. We had came there with Suge. We presented what the Biggie. So it was like and we presented to Biggie because Biggie was a friend of ours too. I knew Biggie before he got signed. To Bad Boy and everything. Biggie was a friend of mine, so I wasn't about to get in the middle of that for nothing. So it was like, hey man, it is what it is. But it was like, wow. It was like, wow.
That's got to be a tough one, man, because you got to see two people that you really, I mean, you being a genius that you are, I know you saw their genius and potential. And we got Tupac and Biggie, that's still two of the biggest artists that ever existed. But you got to see their potential that it would have been if we didn't get that life cut short. Man, you feel me? And
sad, but it happens.
It's just how the cards fold. So I heard that you even had a lot to do with the Jodeci songs that was actually on, like How Do You Want It with Tupac. I heard that you was one of the ones that played the play it.
Well, Pac came to me and I was in the Bellage Hotel in LA, and he said, man, I got a song, and I want to put some harmony, some vocals and stuff on it. And he, like, when he played me the demo, it was him singing a hook. He had different verses. I was like, yeah. I mean, that's cool. It sounded good to me. So I just don't like my voice on it as far as singing a hook. He wanted some harmony, So that's why I called Kay and Joe and like, man, hey, let's go to Can-Am Studios. Pac wanted us to get on his record with him. So I came down there. Johnny J, who was a producer who passed away, he had made the beat. And so I went and started touching on it a little bit and just arranged it kind of way, put some breakdowns and arranged the harmony, mixed it for him. And that was it. So, and then Pac heard, he's like, oh man, y'all ain't gonna kill me on my own songs. They went back and re-recorded the verse. But it was dope the way it was. It was dope. And like I said to this day, I said, I wish I would have had the original version of that song. But you never plan for things like now to happen. You know what I'm saying?
They'll release it one day. Pac got like 38 Machiavelli tapes out here and shit. So that should get released.
And the crazy thing is, he would just do songs like this, like back to back to back to back. So I mean, I can believe it.
Did you ever get to see any while we touching on Tupac, did you ever get to see a side or a misconception that you hear people talk about Pac that just ain't who Pac is? Because you got to spend actual time with him, especially, doing music with him. And out of the public
Hey,
eye.
I got to spend a lot of time with him, even in New York before he came to death, bro. Like, man, Pop was from in New York City. You know, before he got shot up, before he got robbed at the studio. I mean, we was friends. You know, we used to always see each other in passing, speak, sit down, talk, chop it up. You know, and then when he came to LA after he got prison, he was a little different, you know, because I hadn't seen him in a long time. He's a little different. And he was, you know, he was hyped up off of the death row energy. You know, it was a different Pop.
Yeah.
He was ready to roll, man. You know, and being around that, you know, it was the biggest label at the time. There's just a lot of energy around Death Row Records, you know. All of it wasn't positive, but it was energy. You know, so you got to see everybody in a different light. So yeah.
We often talk about I just now had Pac's best friend on here, you know, Mouse Man. And we often talk about, you know, the changes Pac made and not being who he is. But when you think about that shit, man, you can give any 24-year-old that much motherfucking power and that much strength behind them.
Right.
Boy, 99% of us gonna change.
Oh, like, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like he had a point to prove when he came to Death Row. He was on, he was ready. That's what I'm saying. He's full of energy, man. You know, he's ready to go.